Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas is where two old AFC rivals, the Broncos and the Raiders, will try to cling to their playoff hopes today as this NFL regular season begins to wind down. The AFC playoff picture doesn't favor either of these clubs right now. It's a tough climb for each, but right now it's still a possibility. Hi everyone, welcome to Las Vegas. Merry Christmas to you and yours from all of us. Greg Gumbel along with Tiki Barber, who is sitting in for Adam Archuleta this week. AJ Ross down on the sidelines. Tiki, these teams are pushing to get into the playoffs, although I'm sure it kind of feels like they're there right now.
Yeah, no, this is a kind of a playoff game, especially if you're the Denver Broncos. You lose this one and you're out of it. The Oakland Raiders will need help, but if they lose, they still have a shot. Is there going to be some energy in this crowd tonight? It's kind of a little bit of Broncos fans that are filling in here. I think the Raiders have their work cut out for them against a very good Denver defense.
Let's talk about these Raiders who ride the strong right arm of Derek Carr.
Yeah, Derek Carr has been outstanding statistically, but he does a lot of inconsistent things on the field, which leaves fake Raiders fans a little bit up in the air about him. But he has dominated against this Denver Broncos squad, threw for 340 yards in their game in Week 6, a huge win for the Raiders at that time.
The Broncos quarterback Teddy Bridgewater still not ready to return from last week's head injury. Drew Lock makes his first start of the season.
Yeah, and he's been a turnover machine. 21 of the 24 games that he's played in, he's had a turnover, 20 of those being interceptions with 5 fumbles. He's got to play a clean game if Denver is to have any shot this evening.
Vegas has won the toss and they will defer, which means that the Denver Broncos will get their hands on the football first. Each team 7-7 on the season. Tiki forecast, it feels like a feisty bunch.
It is loud in this stadium. It's my first time in Allegiant.
Mine too, as a matter of fact. Nice little place they've built here, don't you think?
No, they did a great job. The outside looks like the Death Star, they like to say. I actually have on my R2-D2 cufflinks.
Boy, this is a special occasion.
Hey, you know, you gotta make it feel right for the occasion.
Here we go, Deontay Spencer. Not going to run it out. They'll come out to the 25-yard line. Down to AJ Ross. Merry Christmas, AJ.
Merry Christmas, Greg. And with Drew Lock getting his first start in almost a year, he admitted it was tough losing his job to Teddy Bridgewater at the start of this season, but the lessons he has learned since have been invaluable. From how Bridgewater handles third down to how he sees protections and how he protects himself in the pocket, those are tiny details that have added big things to Lock's game. And with a week's worth of first-team reps under his belt, Lock told me he is anxious to get out here and show what he can do with this opportunity.
Without question. From the 25-yard line. And the first handoff is to Melvin Gordon, and Gordon out close to the 30-yard line. Big change in the Denver offensive line. Center Lloyd Cushenberry on the COVID list. Austin Schlottman replaces him. And that O-line important when you have runners like Denver's.
Yeah, you're right. You saw Melvin Gordon, who's got the start. He leads his team in touchdowns on the ground and in total touchdowns with 9. But it's Javonte Williams, the rookie from North Carolina, who's leading this team in rushing. 815 yards already. He's built like a tank. He runs through tackles. He's dynamic. Played linebacker, and Vic Fangio said he's kind of like Edgerrin James. It's a lofty comparison.
On second down, that pass is complete. Close to the 35. Cortland Sutton with the catch. He'll be about a half yard shy of a first down. When you talk about the Raider defense, Siki, you start with the front end of that 4-3.
Yeah, you most certainly do. Yannick Ngakoue leads this team in sacks with 9, but it's Max Crosby who's making his first Pro Bowl appearance this year, who is the lifeblood of this team. He's got 74 pressures, which is #1 in the National Football League. He's got a ton of energy. He plays every single down like it's his last one. He's got to be the impact player on this front side of Drew Lock if they're to have a shot defensively.
Third and short yardage. Lock is going to keep it and bull his way forward for about 5 yards for a first down. Out to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, here's the moxie, you could call it, of Drew Lock. He says he has a lot of familiarity with Austin Schlottman because he's on the practice squad, or he was. And now Drew Lock, taken under center, just gets behind his pads and drives. That's 1-2 on those third and shorts like that. Who wants it more, your O-line or their defensive front?
New set of downs for the Broncos at their own 39-yard line. Melvin Gordon in the backfield. Play fake. Lock with time. Throwing deep. This side of the field. The catch is made, but he is out of bounds, say the officials. Cortland Sutton was not able to get 2 feet down.
This was a good play to sign a long over for Cortland Sutton from the other side of the field. He just can't get that right foot to snap in bounds before he falls out of bounds, but great throw from Drew Lock. We know that he likes to take shots downfield. That was as accurate as you've seen in a while from him. Just misses getting, oh, maybe, I mean, it's close, but I think he's out of bounds.
Real close. 2nd and 10. Gordon, left side, tripped up before he could really get started, and he's dropped at the 40-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue with the tackle.
Yeah, Darius Philon is there as well. He's filling in for Jonathan Hankins. Jonathan Hankins is such a big part of this defensive front for Gus Bradley's Las Vegas Raiders D. He is out this game with a back injury, so Philon's going to have a lot on his hands to get this run game slowed down.
3rd and 9 as the Raider faithful come alive. Locke running out of time, got hit as he released the ball, and the stop is made on Noah Fant. He makes the catch, but not nearly enough for a first down, and Denver has to kick it away.
Very rarely does Gus Bradley like to bring pressure, but he does off of this side. As you see, coming off the edge, you have Keyshawn Nixon. Great job here by Desmond Trufant being in tight coverage on Noah Fant, who was on the crosser route. So even though the ball was completed, short gain, they have to punt on 4th down.
You and I had a conversation. Gus Bradley just usually doesn't like to do that.
He doesn't. He brings 5 or more, only about 6 or 7% of the time, which is one of the lowest rates in the league.
This ball inside the 5 and bounces out of bounds. That is a terrific kick by Denver punter Sam Martin. This rivalry goes back a long ways. Big names, big games between the Broncos and the Raiders. We'll be back. Welcome back to Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. At quarterback for the Raiders, what a year Derek Carr is having throwing the football. 4,162 yards, second only to Tom Brady at the beginning of this week.
Yeah, he's been fantastic this year. He's only 528 yards away from breaking Rich Gannon's single-season Raiders record, which could happen in the next couple of weeks here.
Starting inside their own 5-yard line, and Carr to throw it right off the bat. That pass is complete to Deshaun Jackson. On the offensive line, a question this week about the availability of Brandon Parker, but he is in the lineup and he is starting at right tackle for the Raiders. And Tiki, what a season Hunter Renfrow has had. Hunter Renfrow has been so necessary for this team, especially with Darren Waller being down for the last 3 weeks. He's had 29 targets, 25 catches over the last 3 games. He's only about 91 yards away from 1,000. On 2nd and 2, this is Jacobs. Jacobs trying to turn the corner and does. And we have a penalty marker on the play. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get holding. This one will come back. But Josh Jacobs
holding.
Is
offense, number 76, half the distance to the goal, 2nd down.
It's on John Simpson, the left guard. But we talked about this pass game, but this run game, which hasn't had many explosive runs, is really dependent on Josh Jacobs and Peyton Barber, who fills in here and there, to make some things happen. Derek Carr said it's not about having 150-yard games, it's about being consistent. The last thing you need on 1st and 2nd downs is to get penalties, though, to keep you in 2nd and 3rd and longs. Yeah, still, it does stick out the fact that Josh Jacobs does not yet have a 100-yard rushing game this season. That's right. 2nd and 9. From the 6. From the goal line, throwing to the far side. That is complete. And once again, it's Jackson across the 10 to the 12. Denver's defense, a good one. The 4th best in the league at the beginning of this week. Draymond Jones, Mike Purcell, Shelby Harris, all a bit questionable this week, but all in the starting lineup. The linebacker crew missing Kenny Young. And in the secondary, a budding star at quarterback. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Patrick Surtain, the second This is the 4 interceptions on the season. That leads all rookies. He's got 12 passes defended on this team. It leads the team tied with Justin Simmons at safety, who was a Pro Bowl snub in a lot of people's mind. He's one of the most complete players in the AFC.
A lot of time for Carr on 3rd and 3. That is complete, and that'll be good for a first down across the 25. Goes the tight end, Foster Moreau.
Yeah, you watch Foster Moreau here. He's just going to check at the end of the line of scrimmage, give the impression that he's blocking, then leaks out on an easy crossing route. Easy throw for Derek Carr there. Patrick Surtain, the second, who we were just talking about, is in a trail position the whole way. First down to get this Raiders team some breathing space away from that goal line where they started.
Out to the 27-yard line and a first down. And once again, Jacobs in the backfield. Fake to him. Carr rolls, throws, and that is incomplete. Ronald Darby helping with the breakup pass intended for Zay Jones.
Yeah, really good defense here by Ronald Darby. Zay Jones on a crossing route again. You see a lot of crossers already. Doesn't get his hand. Maybe gets a little bit of a grab, but that's okay. Knocks that one away before Jones gets a chance to put his mitts around it.
I know about 50 million receivers are going to ask you why that's okay.
Because he didn't pull, and I said it's okay.
Yeah.
Even though those orange gloves kind of give it away on a black jersey.
2nd and 10. Carr with time again over the middle, and it is. Let's see if that's a catch by Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, they're going to question him, but it looks like Hunter Renfrow came down with it. We used to say back in the day, 1 catch per ball. Hunter Renfrow kind of tipped this one up before he was able to corral it. Derek Carr is getting up to the line of scrimmage quickly. They want to run a play here so they have a chance to review it.
The give is to Jacobs. That catch puts Hunter Renfrow into some really elite Raider company, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. That's his 90th catch on the season. Only 2 other Raiders have done this. Both are Hall of Famers. One of them, we know, all-timer, Tim Brown. The other all-timer, although for another team, Jerry Rice. Hunter Renfrow now joins some elite company in Raiders history. He's now only 14 receptions away from tying Tim Brown's season record.
Some great names to be associated with. Jacobs dancing across midfield before he is brought to a stop. Jonas Griffith helping with the tackle. And so it'll be 3rd down.
Yep, you're going to see the Raiders consistently try to get back into this run game. We haven't seen a ton of huge plays, as we mentioned earlier, but you got to keep the run game active so that the play action has some viability, has some credibility, I should say.
A lot of conversation from Derek Carr at the line of scrimmage.
He's saying we're good. We got the same play, swapped routes on the outside.
Just got the snap in time. Under pressure, throws this side of the field, incomplete, intended for Zay Jones.
Too much pressure on Derek Carr. You see it out here on the outside. You get pressure coming. Derek Carr gets forced out of the pocket. He had Zay Jones. He just got there late. His eyes are too focused on the trip side of the field. Doesn't see Zay Jones come open.
Deontay Spencer back from the kick from A.J. Cole, best punter in the NFL as we speak. Comes in averaging 50.5 yards a kick. This fair catch is made right about the 12-yard line or so. 7:22 to play in a scoreless first quarter in Las Vegas. A few shots of Week 6's Las Vegas 34-24 win over Denver. Rich Bisaccia made his debut as the Raiders' interim head coach that week. Pretty dominating win over the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, lots of big plays they had in that game. Some downfield shots. Henry Ruggs, who's no longer on the squad, obviously.
Melvin Gordon trying to find a block on the outside, doesn't get enough of them. Let's go down to AJ.
Well, Greg and Tiki, as you noted, the Raiders have been through the unimaginable this season, and Rich Bisaccia noted the resilience of the guys in this locker room and said it's really been a collaborative effort with the rest of this coaching staff. Derek Carr also added his message to the team is everything they said they wanted in training camp and they've worked for as a team is right here. They just have to seize it.
AJ, thank you. A gain of only a yard makes it 2nd and 9. Lock for Williams out of the backfield. And Williams trying to shake tacklers, still on his feet before he is brought down. And we have a penalty marker down.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, number 99. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Cleveland Furrow guilty of roughing the passer.
Yeah, the Raider faithful is not going to be excited about this one. But you cannot go low on quarterbacks. You really can only hit them in their chest and not even land on them when you go to the ground. But penalties have been the biggest problem for this Raiders squad, or at least one of the biggest problems. As you see, 7.8 penalties per game. That's since 2000. So it's not just a current roster issue. It's been almost a decade plus of discipline issues.
Penalties in the Raiders. So what's new, right?
Exactly.
On first down, this is Williams again, and Williams to about the 35. Gene Steratore, happy holidays to you. What'd you think about that hit?
Same to you guys. What the conversation they were having is, if a defensive player is coming off a block by the offensive lineman in this case and is pushed into the quarterback's knee area, it is not a foul for roughing the passer. That's what Carl Paganelli, the umpire, was talking to Scott Novak about. And after seeing this replay, my opinion is they should have left that alone as not roughing the passer on the play, guys.
All right, Gene, thank you. 2nd and 9 and Lock to throw. With time going deep. Overthrowing everybody. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, he's looking for Albert Okuewebune, but not quite on the same page. I think Drew Lock was just kind of throwing that one away.
So 3rd and 9, and once again it gets noisy.
I'm impressed with the decibel level. It's not fully sold out, but it's sold out enough.
Lock with time. Sideline. It is incomplete. Penalty marker flies. Pass intended for Jerry Jeudy. And Casey Hayward was covering.
Casey Hayward, man, this is an interesting penalty here because he's not really grabbing him, but he is grabbing him.
Defense number 29.
All right, check this out with Casey Hayward. He grabs on, he grabs his shirt and pulls it apart. I've never seen that. I think you kind of got to let that one go, but maybe not. I guess it held him up just enough, and it was an incomplete pass.
You can't be left with material in your hand and not get called.
That's right. That's right.
That's a 16-yard penalty. Another Raider penalty, 1st down. The ball now just into Vegas territory. Lock. Running out of time, and he goes down. Max Crosby.
Max Crosby, his first sack since their Week 6 game. You see him on this side. He comes all the way across. Keeps working, finally gets to Drew Lock and puts him on the ground. This was a slow developing play downfield. They had a post and a deep cross trying to clear out. But the Raiders did a great job of keeping guys back so that Drew had nowhere to throw the football. And if you hold the ball for 4 seconds, you know Max Crosby's going to get to you.
Max Crosby with his own inspirational story. 2nd and 17. This is Javonte Williams. Not much there. Update time. Back in New York City. The man is all in burgundy today. Nate Burleson, take it away.
Who said KC can't run the ball? Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Built like a boulder, and he drops his shoulder. Kansas City Chiefs are up 7-0. Back to the crew. Greg Gumbel, Tiki Barber, and A.J. Ross.
Nate, thank you much.
Wow, what a run by Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He got thumped in the backfield.
3rd and 14. block, looks left, flips it to this side. Javonte Williams. Run out of bounds, short of midfield.
And guess who it is? Mason Crosby. You got a slow developing screen. Get some orbit motion in the backfield. Get the defensive eyes going to the offensive left. They come back, dump it off to Javonte Williams, I should say. Makes one guy miss, but Max Crosby with an engine like none others tracks him down for a short gain.
Hunter Renfrow at his own 10-yard line for this upcoming kick from Sam Martin. Fair catch called for, and now he's going to let it bounce, and it takes a Raider bounce back in the other direction. We'll see where they mark it out. It looks like it'll be right around the 23-yard line. Max Crosby, a quick fan favorite with the Raider Nation. Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. What a beautiful, beautiful structure this is. Boy, these stadiums, like SoFi out in Los Angeles, they're works of art.
They are works of art. This one is spectacularly built. And there's a lot of orange spattered around the black in this stadium this afternoon.
On first down, it's Jacobs, and Jacobs with a little room on the right side. Across the 30 out to about the 31-yard line.
You see Josh Jacobs here just gets behind outside zone. He missed 2 games earlier in the season, and it took him a while to get back up to form. Weeks 2 and 3 he missed. Hasn't had a breakout day yet. Only 555 yards rushing, but less than 4 yards a carry. No 100-yard days, as you said earlier, Greg. Today would be a good day for that to come due.
On 2nd and 3, Derek Carr looks back this way and throws low to Deshaun Jackson, incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 3. By the way, a couple of COVID list folks for the Raiders. Marcus Mariota, the backup quarterback, and wide receiver Brian Edwards, who's had an impact on this team this year. 500-plus yards receiving and 3 touchdown catches.
Yeah, they were really expecting Brian Edwards to come into his own this year with the details, the little things. He's out because of COVID. They bring up Dylan Stoner. Hasn't had any snaps this year.
3rd and 3. Carr. Looking and running and out of bounds. Right at that first down marker, he appears to have enough for the first. Out at the 35-yard line. He got it by a yard.
Yeah. Here we see they're playing deep cover behind. There's nowhere for him to throw the football, so he's just got to race to the sideline. Running away from big Shelby Harris, who they know well here in Las Vegas. Then Oakland almost couldn't outrun him. Different than normal for this Raiders squad, Greg. They've been good on 3rd down today, even if unconventionally.
Throwing it this way, pass is incomplete off the hands of Jacobs. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You know, one of the things Derek Carr, well, at least we'll see, we'll likely see at some point in this game, he's going to take some shots downfield. A lot of that is because the Denver Broncos play a lot of single high. Sometimes it's zone single high, cover 3. A lot of times it's man coverage. And if he sees that, he will not be afraid to take a shot. It's what was so successful for him in this Raiders squad in week 6. So at some point, that's going to happen.
Taking shots down the field is in the Raider Bible, isn't it?
That's right. Gunslinger.
Jacobs to about the 40. And it's time for another update in New York. Let's get back to Nate.
The Chiefs are doing it on the ground and in the air. Steelers only rush 4. Mahomes taking his time, and who does he find? Byron Pringle in the back of the end zone. Chiefs up 14. And this suit isn't burgundy. Taylor said it was Greg Gumbel. Great. Back to you guys.
On 3rd and 4. Carr flips it, complete. And out to midfield, or close to it, is Zay Jones, but it's enough for a first down at the Raider 47-yard line.
Again, another 3rd down conversion. Derek Carr has so much time in the pocket. They do a good job keeping pressure away from him. He finds Zay Jones. Most important thing Zay Jones did there, other than making the catch, is not trying to dance and go make a big play. Get forward, get the first down, keep the drive alive.
Hey, we're good, we're good. Hey, we're good, we're good.
So the Raiders now from their own 47. And we're in the final minute of the first quarter. Derek Carr doesn't throw it deep, took a look, kicks it off to the side instead, and Zay Jones fighting for yardage. Gets it across midfield to about the 49.
Zay Jones with the whirling derby out there, making a 2 or 3 yard gain in the 3 or 4. Derek Carr really wanted to take this shot downfield, but he had a shell look behind him. There's nowhere for him to get that ball into safely. So he dumps it down to Zay Jones, gets 4 yards to stay regular into second down.
We're good, we're good. Right here.
Let's see if they get this play off before the end of the quarter. They do not. Pretty quick first quarter. But guess what? No points on the board. Not yet. Anyway, Locke versus Carr. Raiders, Broncos. We'll be back to Vegas after this. Beautiful holiday display at the Bellagio's Conservatorium Botanical Gardens. 2nd and 6. And Josh Jacobs inside the 45, about a couple of yards short of a first down. Malik Reed makes the stop. There is Denver head coach Vic Fangio. Boy, a veteran of the wars. Everybody with the utmost respect for him and his defensive prowess.
Yeah, he really has been a stalwart in this league for a lot of years. Finally got his opportunity to be a head coach a few years ago, and now he's trying to hang on, both for his tenure here as the head coach in Denver, but also for a playoff opportunity. It's been a lot of years since the Denver Broncos were consistently in the postseason.
Jacobs and Smith in the backfield on 3rd and 1. Jacobs with the first down to about the 41-yard line. Deepest penetration by either team so far today.
Yeah, absolutely. You see the fullback here. Their fullback still in the National Football League. He kicks out here on the edge, giving Josh Jacobs a nice little hole to get the first down. 9 guys around the line of scrimmage. That's 1-2 up front for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Be scoop.
Peyton Barber and Sutton Smith now in the backfield, and this is Barber. No relation.
No relation at all. Just after I finished dapping up Sutton Smith, he completely whiffed on that one. It was not consequential to the play. But still, can't give guys any credit these days.
Does the running back take note of that as he gets the hands off?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because I'll say something when you get to the sideline.
Now Jacobs and Barber in the backfield. Carr flips it out to the side. This is Barber dancing his way out of bounds, forced out by Jonas Griffith. So it'll be 3rd down.
Jonas Griffith, who made the tackle on that last play as well, is being forced into duty here for the Denver Broncos because Kenny Young is down for the game with injury. So he's going to be an important piece of this team on the second level. So they try to contain what the Raiders are doing both in the pass game and in the run game.
3rd and 7. Carr running out of time, throws, it is incomplete. Foster Moreau could not hold on, but there is a penalty marker down.
Yeah, we're going to get pass interference on Caden Stearns, number 30 here on Foster Moreau. Derek Carr tried to wait as long as he could. You see him just stand in the pocket.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the defense. Prior to the pass, holding, defense, that penalty is declined. Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense, number 96. 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
So So they take the penalty on Shelby Harris roughing the passer.
Yeah, here's the hit. The problem is Shelby Harris has his hands up to try to deflect the pass from Derek Carr, and when he brings his hands down, they connect with Derek Carr's helmet. So like I said, can't hit him low, can't hit him high.
Shelby, 7th year in the league, he knows that. First down.
We're good. Good. 36. 186.
At the 23-yard line. Carr over the middle, inside the 10-yard line. The pass is complete to Zay Jones. It'll be first and goal.
This is one of their favorite plays. The Las Vegas Raiders. Can't see Zay Jones in this lineup here, but he's lined up out here. They just run a deep post. It's all timing. 7 steps. Carr gets to his back foot, lets that one go. If he has man-like coverage, the ball's going into his gullet. You get a first down tight inside the red zone for the Raiders.
Jacobs. Before he could get started, Jonas Griffith, in his first year out of Indiana State, makes the stop.
This is such an important trip for the Las Vegas Raiders. They have not been very good in the red zone. 29th in the league in red zone touchdowns. They stick to field goals every now and then. Even that's not great because they turn the ball over so much down here. Taking care of the football, getting touchdowns. So important.
From just outside the 10, second and goal. Carr looking left, throwing left, corner of the end zone. It is caught. Did he get down in time? Hunter Renfrow. Touchdown Raiders.
Great throw by Derek Carr. You practice this thing. His knees are down. As you'll see, Hunter Renfrow secures the football. That knee hits the ground. It's a touchdown. Here's Hunter Renfrow just running a corner route. Red zone corner routes takes a lot of practice and chemistry. One thing they say about the chemistry between Derek Carr and Hunter Renfrow is ever since Darren Waller went down, they've been like 2 peas in a pod, and it's showing up for these last 3 weeks.
20th touchdown pass of the season for Derek Carr. 6th catch for a TD by Hunter Renfrow. The extra point is good. And with 11:01 to play in the first half, it's the Raiders who draw first blood. When we spoke with Hunter Renfrow, he was understandably very humble to be on that list, but there he sits.
2 catches away from passing the great Jerry Rice in Raiders history. Obviously, Jerry Rice is a 49er to most people, but he did have some great years with the then Oakland Raiders.
Well, if these teams had a holiday wish list, it would be very much the same because they're looking to gain ground on teams in front of them. Just check them off.
Yeah, I mean, some of these things are working out. The Browns lost. The Colts, yeah, this one didn't kind of work out. The Ravens, they lost to the Bengals. The Chargers, and probably lost to the Texans. The Bills, this one's kind of a wash. This one is really important for the Denver Broncos, because if the Steelers somehow come back and win that football game, then they will be eliminated. So they're rooting for the Chiefs.
Vic Fangio doesn't want to hear any of that right now. Melvin Gordon in the backfield. Play fake to him. Lock, throwing, got his man wide open. Midfield and up the sideline. Jerry Jeudy for a first down and big yards.
Huge gainer for Jerry Jeudy. You see him here just running a deep over route. Gets lost behind the linebackers. You got a rookie there. And Divine Diablo not pushing all the way out to the sideline. Drew Lock and Jerry Jeudy take huge advantage. Move the field quickly. The enormous gainer.
40 yards on the play. And just like that, Denver at the 35-yard line of the Raiders. Jerry Jeudy's first catch in 2 weeks. Pass pass out here to the near side. That's Javonte Williams breaking tackles as he usually does. And we have a marker down.
He's such a fun kid to watch run football.
Legal use of hands. Hands to the face on the offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's Garrett Bowles, the left tackle. So that will nullify a pretty nice looking play.
Yeah, here we go. The wide receiver out here fell down. You see Garrett Bowles right here. Just gets his hand. I don't even know. I don't even see it. I'm not so sure. Maybe it happened earlier. I'd be complaining if I was Garrett Bowles on that one.
1st and 20. From the 45, and this is Gordon, and Gordon wrapped up almost immediately. Let's go down to AJ.
Well, Greg, I mentioned at the start of the game how anxious Drew was to get his start this week, and he has been preparing like a starter all season. In fact, he goes down to a patch of turf he installed in his basement every morning to do walkthroughs at home. He gets the third down sheet the night before and then goes through them. He said he goes over the play call sheet 100 times for game prep, and it's been a continual evolutionary process as he tries to perfect his game, guys.
AJ, thank you. Unless something unusual happens here, he'll be looking at one of those third downs right away, and there is some movement and a false start on the right side of the line.
False start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's right tackle Bobby Massey.
Taking turns of pushing themselves back. Sitting now in almost 2nd and 24 and a half. It's a long way to go.
Gordon again in the backfield. And Locke gives it to him. On the sideline, not much room to maneuver. And Keyshawn Nixon brings him down. And it'll be 3rd and really long. 20.
Lots of options here for Pat Shurmur, offensive coordinator. You can see and just run a draw, you run a screen is most likely, but you got to know that the Las Vegas Raiders are going to sit back and play defensive screen and maybe pick up 10 yards or so. I suspect to try to do some crossing routes here. Hope that one of these guys comes free. Keep an eye on Courtney Sutherland, who's the point in the trips over here.
On 3rd and 20. Here comes the pressure. The pass to the near side, and that is complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will be marked out of bounds, let's see, at about the 31-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're bringing in the punt squad here. Actually, field goal unit in.
Brandon McManus. This from 49 yards. On its way and right down the middle. And Broncos salvage some points. 7:24 to play in the first half. 7-3 Raiders. Just under 7.5 minutes to play in a first half that has had plenty of action, but only 2 scores: a Raider touchdown and a Broncos field goal. Tyron Johnson is back for the Raiders at his goal line. And we'll watch this one sail overhead for the touchback. Derek Carr today, 9 of 13 for 82 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, Derek Carr was fantastic. Got a lot of pressure, scrambles out of the pocket on 3rd down. Just gets past Shelby Harris for the first. Throws this deep slant post to Zay Jones, and sets up the red zone corner to the Swiss Army knife, the super slot. The hero of the 2016 CFP National Champion Clemson Tigers, Hunter Renfrow. You see him right there, just a couple catches away from passing Jerry Rice in Raiders history. Number 2.
I'll start this in the air. That pass is complete That is Foster Moreau, the tight end. This Raider offense operating without the talents of Darren Waller, and they are significant talents.
Yeah, they are significant talents, and Foster Moreau doesn't get a lot of credit for what he does for this offense, but here you see him just on a seam route, turns his back, ball's right on his back shoulder as soon as he clears from the linebacker, Jonas Griffith. Ball is right on time.
Hey, Boyd. Yeah. Easy.
From the 45 now.
Kill. Yeah. Here we go. Hey, 50, see.
Jacobs. And that one is stuffed just as it got started.
As you could hear, Derek Carr has a lot of leeway.
Conversation.
Yeah, changing what's going down at the line of scrimmage here. Void. I don't know what that necessarily means. Kill means you call in the second play, you call in the huddle. Probably should have stuck with the first one because I didn't pick up the yardage there. But Derek Carr feels like he's starting to master this system. Greg Olsen, his offensive coordinator, has been with him for a couple of years now. They're starting to get really comfortable with one another.
Hey, Liz. Here we go.
Carr for Jacobs. Jacobs can't escape the grab of Jonas Griffith, who's having himself a whale of a football game already today.
Yeah, Jonas Griffin is all over the field. He's been this way for the last couple of weeks. Filling in for Kenny Young. You see Jonas Griffin just rushes out to the flat. It's hard to tackle running backs one-on-one. Steady with his hands, steady with his eyes. Doesn't let the inside move fool him.
Does everybody say that, or is it just you that says it's hard to tackle running backs one-on-one?
I mean, the good ones.
3rd and 15. Carr for Jalen Richard. And that will not get the first down. Ronald Darby, Baron Browning combining for the tackle, and the Raiders will have to kick it away.
Yeah, not much to get to downfield on this one. Derek Carr making the smart play, just dumping it off to Jalen Richard. Hoping maybe he breaks the tackle, but the Denver Broncos rally to the ball, keep it short.
That's Deontay Spencer standing inside his 10. A.J. Cole, Pro Bowl punter. Spencer watches it bounce, and it takes a Raider bounce. Bounced away from the goal line. Nate Hobbs was there to down the football. 4:26 to play in the half. Happy holidays, everybody.
Grant's out there boating it, huh?
Lock. Going deep. Down the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Tim Patrick. Desmond Trufant was covering. It'll be 2nd and 10.
You see the Denver Broncos taking a shot here with Patrick. They've only run the ball 6 times to running backs here. 7 carries, obviously, with Drew Lock having the 1, but they haven't got much going in this run game yet. We know that Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams are such a key cog or key catalyst to making this offense go. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing more of the turnaround and handoff type of offense.
Yeah, this is the 9th best rushing offense in the National Football League coming into this week. This is Williams. And not much to be had there. Not AJ.
Well, Greg, Tiki was just talking about rookie running back Javonte Williams being a key cog. Well, he actually played linebacker in high school, and he told me that brings a whole nother element to his game. He says he's not scared of contact, or when somebody's blitzing, he doesn't shy away from it. He feels like playing linebacker overall is just making him a more physical player.
Yeah, AJ, a whole new element. It makes him meaner.
Yeah, that's why it took me 4 years to figure it out in the NFL. I didn't like to hit nobody.
3rd and 7. Play clock winding down. Toward this side of the field. That's complete to Judy. And that looks like right at that first down marker. Let's see where they spot it. Denzel Perryman with the hit. Yeah.
Looks like they're walking in. Going to be a little bit short. Denzel Perryman rallying quickly here from the inside. sees Jerry Jeudy, breaks on it, wraps him up quick, slams him down. Head right at the middle of the target. No chance of missing, leaving 4th and short.
Hunter Renfrow deep. Sam Martin booms it out of there. Renfrow all the way back inside his 30-yard line. Shakes one tackler, can't shake the rest, and brought down at about the 33-yard line. 2:44 to play in the first half. Welcome to fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada at Christmas time. That's interim coach Rick Bisaccia. And boy, talk about things that he has had to endure and this team has had to endure. Drama on a couple of levels.
Yeah, it really has been. But he likes to say we are forging our identity through the adversity we face, as A.J. mentioned earlier.
Carr to the outside. Zay Jones. And Jones out close to the 40-yard line.
And here he is, Rich. You know, we talked to him about wanting to be a head coach. He's wanted this opportunity for so long in his career, and he said he came out here to Oakland originally and then now Las Vegas to be with John Gruden and to support him and help him be as great of a success as he could be. But now that he's gotten this opportunity, there's a lot of challenges. Says it hasn't really been fulfilling when you lose, but there have been some good things.
Carr pulled it down, now pushes it out to Jacobs. Jacobs lost the football. Who's got it at the 40-yard line?
This is a who wants it more on the bottom of the pile type of situation. Josh Jacobs is pointing up. I don't think he's got it.
Still unpeeling it.
You get those big boys laying face down, they generally come out with them.
Denver.
They do. Mike Purcell wrestled that one away. Almost a great play by Derek Carr to make this thing happen, getting it out to Josh Jacobs, but he doesn't put the ball away. You can't carry it like a loaf of bread.
Left it out there, and Purcell covered it up, and with 2 minutes to play in the first half.
High and tight.
Big chance here for the Denver Broncos. This year's holiday display at the Aria Resort and Casino, featuring a variety of fun and flavorful pastry masterpieces handcrafted by a team of Aria chefs. I don't care about the fun part. Flavorful is what's important.
'Tis the season. Just saw Josh Jacobs. He was in a gift-giving mood.
On first down, Locke throws near side of the field, and that is complete to Cortland Sutton. Each team with 3 timeouts remaining.
This game has moved pretty quickly, Greg, and now we see Drew Lock, who's played a pretty clean game so far. His completion percentage is high. No turnover issues have shown themselves yet. And now he pushes himself close, pushes his team closer to the red zone. With just under 2 minutes to go, we'll see what he's made of.
2nd and 2. Melvin Gordon buried as soon as he got the ball at the 37-yard line. Turnovers have really been a problem for this Raider team. On points off turnovers, the last couple of games, they've been outscored 35-0.
Yeah, we see this play interiorly. Austin Schlottman, making his first start, gets beat immediately by Darius Philon. Something that loss for Melvin Gordon.
3rd and 6. 50 seconds.
Schlottman's making his first start at center. 7 starts overall, but this is his first at center.
Locke running out of time and throws sideline incomplete. Jeudy couldn't come down with it.
He'll hate himself when he sees that one on film. Drew Lock did a great job of escaping the pressure in the pocket. Steps up, smart with the football, doesn't make something stupid happen. Gets clean, keeps his eyes downfield. Jerry Jeudy should have brought this one in. Hits him in his hands.
Looks like he kind of fought it.
Yeah, sometimes when you jump, your eyes move.
55 yards. Brandon McManus.
was optically odd looking from our angle. You couldn't tell if that thing went through or came back out the other side. Great kick.
32 seconds remaining. It's a 7-6 game. Jalen Richard inside his own 5-yard line. And out across the 25 to about the 26-yard line. And here's what's happening in the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, we see both these teams at 7-7. The losers in dire straits, but currently the Pittsburgh Steelers, which both these teams need to lose, especially the Denver Broncos, are getting worked by the Kansas City Chiefs right now. So that's a positive. It's been a good day, I guess you could say, for both of these squads as it pertains to the help that they need in order to get into the playoffs.
That whole Bee Gees thing about staying alive.
We had Dionne Warwick, not the Bee Gees here.
On first down. Oh, that pick is made. On his way back is Bradley Chubb to the end zone. Down at about the 1-yard line.
What an unbelievable play by Bradley Chubb here. Derek Carr had a screen called. It's exactly what you would call with 30 seconds left in the half. Going across to Josh Jacobs. Bradley Chubb just skies, tips it to himself, comes down with it. Good hustle, though, by Jacobs to get him down before the touchdown. See if they can make a defensive stop here to keep him from scoring. But, man, great recognition. If he had his head down, just intent on going to Derek Carr, that interception doesn't happen. He realized what was transpiring around him, put his foot in the ground and jumped.
What a great play by Bradley Chubb. And here are the Broncos now. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line with 18 seconds on the clock. Javonte Williams straight ahead for the touchdown.
Javonte Williams being led by a big man. Easy into the end zone. Dane Mucci, backup guard.
Backup fullback, too.
Yeah, that was the easiest touchdown Javonte Williams scored all season.
His 4th rushing touchdown. He's got 3 through the air. And the extra point by McManus is good. This 13-7 Denver lead is the first that the Broncos have had on the Raiders in 2 games this season. They've scored 10 points in the last 17 seconds.
You see Javonte Williams over there signing the football, making some memories or keeping some memories. Put those on the shelf somewhere.
Tyron Johnson will have a chance to bring this one back. The touchback will start them at the 25-yard line. And we'll remind you, coming up, the Verizon halftime report. The guys in the studio will have all the latest and important NFL scores and highlights in the playoff picture coming up on the Verizon halftime report. And you know, you could tell on that play just how many Denver fans have made the trip here to Las Vegas.
That's right. It got loud in here. It's not the home team. I don't know if those are boos or cheers or what.
Derek Carr takes the knee. The teams go to the locker room.
He's frustrated. 2 turnovers in their last 2 possessions. Set up 10 points for the Denver Broncos as they take a lead going into half.
Greg Gumbel alongside Tiki Barber, who's filling in for Adam Archuleta. 13-7 in favor of the Raiders. You'll hear head coaches talk about it all the time. We can't turn the ball over. We hate turning the ball over. You see what happens when you turn the ball over.
Absolutely right. The Denver Broncos only have 96 or so yards of total offense in this half, but the Las Vegas, Raiders have given it away twice at the end in their last 2 possessions. Here you see Josh Jacobs. Ball's got to be high and tight here. He lets it go. Not even on contact. Purcell comes up with it, sets up a Brandon McManus field goal, which is their second field goal of the half. And then you see Bradley Chubb with the best play of his season so far. He's missed a lot of this season. It sets up a Javonte Williams touchdown, 13-7 in favor of the road guys in this one. Denver Broncos not playing great, but they have the lead because of the mistakes of this Las Vegas Raiders squad.
Yeah, the Raiders with 140 total yards to 96 for the Denver Broncos, and the Raiders getting the first half kick here. That will float into the end zone for the touchback, and we'll start from the 25-yard line down to AJ.
Greg, Raiders coach Rich Bisaccia warned his team coming into this one that this is a different Broncos team than the one they faced in Week 6, and that Bradley Chubb takeaway right before the half emphasized that point. He said they cannot turn over the ball, and he noted they have to continue to apply pressure on defense. They also limited the Broncos to just 16 yards rushing in the first half. Meanwhile, Vic Fangio is hoping that momentum from the takeaway carries over into the second half. He said they have to do better on first and second. They can't do third and longs anymore.
AJ, thank you. This is Jacobs, and Jacobs with a little bit of running room across the 30-yard line to about the 32. One thing you cannot deny in a game like this, the whole division rivalry thing, that can send a game in one direction or another very easily.
Absolutely right. These teams know each other very well, and despite the new venue, the Raiders have been the team that has dominated over the last couple of years. In fact, 5 of the last 6 victories have gone to the Raiders, including the Week 6 matchup where the Raiders really ran away with it early.
Easy Boston, easy Boston, easy Boston.
2nd and 3.
Susan.
Jacobs again, and Jacobs out to the 40.
Running angry. Josh Jacobs trying to make up for the fumble earlier in this game. See Derek Carr calling Boston. That's the East Coast. That means right side. He runs through a tackle. Josh Jacobs picks up the first down. Get them out at the 40.
Wait,
Cooking with some gas right now.
Is that what that means, really?
Generally speaking,
Well,
when you
then-
get a check with me at the line of scrimmage.
Well, then why doesn't the defense know that?
Because they could be dumbing him.
Oh,
You know what I mean? You could make them think you're going one way and go the other.
did you just dumb me? This is Jacobs, and Jacobs for another few right up the middle to about the 43.
And again, this is important for this Raiders offense. They need to establish a run game. It'll let things happen easier for Derek Carr downfield. We've seen this multiple times. He's holding the ball in the pocket because he wants to take shots. But Ed Donatel, the defensive coordinator for the Denver Broncos, has done a good job of mixing up his coverages. It looks like man one side, but it's actually two. It's really a combo of coverages that are making it difficult for Carr and the Raiders to take shots.
2 tight ends on 2nd and 7. Carr, quick pass this side of the field. That is complete, and out of bounds inside the 45 is Deshaun Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson, such an important piece now to take the top off of this defense or any defense. But here's Derek Carr against man coverage. Number 1 in air yards, number 1 in 20-plus attempts. Passing yards, pass TDs, down to shot 3, 3rd in the league. I mean, he likes to throw the ball downfield. He just hasn't had the shot to do it yet. But you got to believe that Denver knows that as well. And they're playing smart behind him.
Boy. Wednesday, man. Hey, 56. Hey, Wednesday, son. Wednesday. 180. I say, hot.
This is Jacobs. To about the 36. I can't help but laugh every time you talk about taking shots down the field. That's the law in Raiderland, isn't it?
It usually is.
Look at the quarterbacks in their history.
You're right, but here we have the run game starting to open up for this Raiders team. It's going to give them better opportunities to take shots. I wouldn't be surprised if we see one here.
Jacobs with running room inside the 20-yard line. Nope, lost ball. The ball is loose inside the 15, but it looks like, see, Ronald Darby corralled the football.
No, that's a turnover.
It is a turnover.
They're going to check to see if he's down by contact, but that ball is so far away. No, he's down by contact. Ball comes out at the end. Josh Jacobs has got to get that ball up under his chin, man. You see it so available for the defender coming from behind. That's Draymond Jones, who was questionable for this game, but he traced them down. Ball comes out after he hits the ground. The Raiders will keep possession here, but
this is really close. Really close.
Let's get a close look here. Draymond Jones has the ball. It looks like the thing doesn't come loose until after his knee is already on the ground. They should reverse this one. Knee is down right there. Ball is still tight. Then it rolls out. Can't scare your OC like that, though, Josh Jacobs.
After review, the runner is down by contact at the 17-yard line.
Wow, talk about a crowd that feels strongly both ways. Good call, Tiki. Gene Steratore joins us. What did you see, Gene?
Tiki did a great job, Greg, of breaking it down. I will say for the officials, though, ruling that a fumble is the best way to rule that and let replay fix such a close play as this one was. Let that play on in case it is a fumble, and you don't stop an advancement by the defense if they would happen to recover that. But a good job by replay by reversing.
All right, Gene, thank you. Meanwhile, here's Josh Jacobs, and Jacobs fights his way just inside the 15-yard line. And Josh was very close to having to face the coach after a second turnover.
Yeah, he might not have gotten too many carries after that. Peyton Barber would have been carrying the totes, but you can tell clearly that Greg Olsen, their OC, is trying to enforce a will now on this Denver defense. We are going to run the ball. You know we're going to run the ball. You got to stop us. Forcing them out of these shell too high coverage looks.
Easy. Hey, easy. Kill.
On 2nd and 6. Jacobs again. Dancing his way clear. Inside the 10 to the 5.
Great job by Josh Jacobs of seeing nothing front side on the draw. It's muddled up. You see it'll be muddled up on this side. He keeps his feet about him, his wits about him, makes a guy miss, then gets north and south. Runs through a tackle. Now you're in a tight red zone and a chance to score.
How about this, Tiki? In the first half, Jacobs racked up 25 rushing yards. On this drive alone, 57. Peyton Barber in the backfield now. He has the football. He's got the end zone for the touchdown.
Peyton Barber stealing Josh Jacobs' touchdown, but it's all the Raiders needed to get themselves feeling right again. Mostly done on the ground. Peyton Barber comes across in an offside draw action. Knows that a DB is going to go low on him. He goes high, carries him into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders.
Daniel Carlson to break the 13-13 tie. And it's good. 10 minutes, 22 seconds to play here in the third quarter. They lost the lead at the tail end of the first half. They regain it here early in the second. 14-13. Vegas. Welcome back, everyone. You know, some people will judge a football team by their red zone performance.
Yeah, we thought that they were struggling in the red zone. 80% on the season. Hadn't scored a ton of touchdowns. Here they are, 2 trips, 2 touchdowns. They're still at the back of the NFL, but today it works for them. And that drive was so impressive. 9 plays, 75 yards, Greg. 8 rushes for 62. That 1 catch to D-Jack. Other than that, they did it on the ground.
Looks like this was purposely short. Spencer from his own 7. And fighting his way to about the 25-yard line. Hey, earlier this week, the Raiders hosted select Las Vegas families for a holiday huddle shopping spree to fulfill their wish list. Each family receiving a $1,000 gift card to purchase groceries, clothes, and toys, and were accompanied by Raiders players and Raiderettes during a very special day of shopping. Very nice.
I'd love to see that. Lots of NFL teams have those type of initiatives. The Raiders obviously ingratiating themselves in this Las Vegas and surrounding area community with a great gesture.
So let's see what kind of an answer the Denver Broncos and Drew Lock come up with on first down. Play fake. Time. Throw it. It's complete to a 45-yard line. The catch is made by Noah Fant, the tight end.
Noah Fant is the leading wide receiver on this Denver Broncos squad. And it's not because they dink and dunk to him. You see Noah Fant out here. He's just going to run an out route and an out and up route with a stop on the back end when he sees coverage behind him. Good chemistry between him and Drew Lock. Big gainer on first down.
20 on the play. It's a first down now for the Broncos at their own 45. Melvin Gordon wrapped up immediately by Max Crosby.
Max Crosby, such a special player. You watch him fly off the line of scrimmage here, up here, just flies around. The pulling guard has no chance to get to him before he's in the backfield, wrapping up Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon, 6 carries today, 0 yards rushing.
That's frustrating.
2nd and 13. Lock to this side, and that's complete. And out of bounds just across the 45 is Tim Patrick.
Just trying to get a little bit of that back. Tim Patrick just on a quick out. Comes across the formation. 5-yard quick out. Desmond Trufant there. It's third down. This is something Gus Bradley does not do a lot of. Blitzing. 13.2%. It's the lowest number in the National Football League. He can get home with his front four. In particular, this guy right down here at the bottom, Max Crosby. They keep a chip on him, but he almost gets there.
Incomplete off the hands of Fant. And close to being picked by the Raider defense.
This is what you mean by four-man pressure. Allows everybody to drop back. Max Crosby almost gets to Drew Lock. Maybe even disrupted that throwing release just a little bit. Almost a pick six, or a tip pick. Work on that since you were in 5th grade tip drill.
Hunter Renfrow back at his own 10. Fair catch called for and made at about the 12-yard line. 7 minutes, 55 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. It's a 1-point game in Las Vegas. Welcome back. Raiders by a point. You know, this Raider team averages 84.5 yards rushing. They're up over 90 today.
Yeah, you're right. Some of it is the offensive line. See Alex Leatherwood out there. You see Josh Jacobs making guys miss in the backfield, putting his shoulder down, getting some tough yardage, and Peyton Barber going over the top for the touchdown. Derek Carr said they're not big on stats with their run game, but they are effective, and that last drive is very effective in the run game.
This is Jacobs.
And again, they're still sticking with it. Josh Jacobs gets behind his pads, gets behind his left guard here, smashes forward for 5 yards. You stay regular on 1st and 2nd down, it makes it so much easier if you get the 3rd down, something that the Raiders have been really good on today. 4 of 6. They've converted 4 third downs this afternoon, so they've been really good where it counts.
Now, since that Carr interception, 11 offensive plays, the Raiders have run on 10 of them. And a throw here on 2nd and 5 on the slant, and the diving catch is made by Zay Jones.
He's so comfortable with all of his wide receivers on these in-breaking routes. You see this ISO here on Zay Jones. He's just going to run up and then in. Easy when there's off coverage. That's Patrick Surtain II, who's such a really good young cover corner right now, but there's nothing he can do in that situation when he's 6 yards off the football.
6:45 to play here in the 3rd.
We're good. Alex, Simpson.
Jacobs dancing for room for a couple. Now, let's go down to AJ.
Well, Greg, in talking with Hunter Renfrow, he mentioned the chemistry with this wide receiver room and Derek Carr, and how Zay Jones has really arisen as a top guy that Carr trusts. They've built this chemistry over the summer. They got in a lot of reps, and he's just somebody that trusts, Derek Carr inherently trusts to go up for 50-50 balls and those routes that Tiki was just mentioning.
Invaluable stuff for a quarterback.
Most certainly. You keep hearing Derek Carr down at the line of scrimmage saying, we're good, we're good, we're good. It means they have 2 plays on, and because they're throwing a shell look behind them, the Denver Broncos are going to keep the run on.
Carr over the middle. Sliding catch is made by Hunter Renfrow for a first down.
Hunter Renfrow, the super slot. Coming in from this side, just crossing. Void there. Derek Carr has such great chemistry, as AJ was just alluding to. Gets the DV, Bryce Callahan, who's got a tough duty today. Guarding Hunter Renfrow.
It's been tough for a lot of people this season.
Yeah, it has. He's now tied with Jerry Rice for second all time.
Carr. Got his man inside the 40-yard line. That is Deshaun Jackson. And time for an update from New York. Let's take you back to the NFL Today studio. Nate Burleson. Nate.
Patrick Mahomes is still cooking. This slant route goes to Byron Pringle. Once I dip, you dip, we dip. His second TD of the day. You know what they say about Pringles? Once you pop, you can't stop. The Kansas City Chiefs are up 30-0. Back to Greg Gumbel, Tiki, and AJ Ross.
All right, Nate, thank you very much.
Nate got me putting my hands up on my hips.
Kansas City on a roll. And
got an injured player over on the sideline. Can't see who it is. Ronald Darby. Can ill afford to lose him. The secondary has been so good for the Denver Broncos. Patrick Surtain and Ronald Darby on the corners, and Justin Simmons patrolling the deep safety. He's a Pro Bowl alternate, Justin Simmons is. He's got 5 interceptions, which leads his team. A lot of people say he's snubbed.
Kyle Fuller has come onto the field to replace him. Hey, did you find it interesting? Derek Carr says he talks to John Gruden pretty much every day.
I found it very interesting that he did, and I kind of slipped it in. Like, he's not coaching you, is he? He's like, no. He talks to me like he's family. They developed such a good relationship over the couple of seasons that he was under him, that he still feels like he's a confidant, someone he can reach out to and get some advice on.
And by the way, this team, and we talked to Rich Bisaccia about it. It's one thing to have a coaching change in the middle of a season. To compound that with the incident with Henry Ruggs,
that's right.
You wouldn't be surprised to see a team spiral off in the Never Never Land.
That's right. A lot of people forget the Damon Arnett situation as well. They've had a lot of adversity, but they've built a lot of character and resiliency through that.
We're good. 56. Sims up.
Barber. And right now, that offensive line of the Raiders opening holes in that Denver defense.
Yeah, the Denver Broncos are terrified of Derek Carr pushing the ball downfield. You keep hearing it. Every time you hear it, we're good, we're good, we're good. He's telling you, they're playing a shell. They're playing back. They're backing up. They're not respecting our run game, so we're going downhill at them.
In this quarter alone, the Raiders with 134 total yards to 22 for Denver.
Leo.
Second and 2.
We're good. Seals it.
Jacobs. Nowhere to go this time. Locking it off on the near side. Number 91, Stephen Weatherly.
Yeah, Stephen Weatherly was able to take advantage of Josh Jacobs missing this hole a little bit. Sometimes they're not all going to be clean and beautiful. He needs to stick his foot in the ground and get north and south. Just deal with the muck. Don't worry about trying to make somebody miss around the outside. You end up getting negative yardage. Only one player in the history of football that could do that well. That was Barry Sanders.
Here's a 3rd and 6 now.
Hey, long squeeze.
Carr going to throw for it. Under pressure. Lost the ball. On the floor. Who's got it? The Broncos
And again, turnovers rearing their ugly head for this Raiders squad, giving the ball right back to the Denver Broncos. And maybe to make matters worse, Derek Carr gets up holding his shoulder.
Shelby Harris knocked it away. Draymond Jones recovered the loose ball. 3:19 to play in the third quarter.
Hey, Greg, Derek Carr is desperate to take a deep shot. Here they have a switch release up here. These two are going to switch each other at the start. He's going to come inside, running over. He's going to run it out. He clears out. But the problem is, interiorly, they have a TE game here, and they don't pick it up. So Shelby Harris comes scot-free, strip sacks Derek Carr, and he goes down. He goes into the 10. It looks like his left wrist or elbow or maybe shoulder. Nate Peterman, who they just brought up from the practice squad, he's studying in case he has to go in.
Marcus Mariota on the COVID list. This is a gift to Javonte Williams, and Williams can't get away. Fine tackle by Casey Hayward.
Casey Hayward Jr., that's a tough duty, man. You know, Javonte Williams is a tank coming at you. Stand your ground, wrap up and hold on for dear life. Hope the cavalry comes.
So to repeat, we don't know the status of Derek Carr. We do know that Marcus Mariota is not available, and Nathan Peterman was elevated to the active squad today.
He's now throwing on the sideline, Peterman.
Drew Lock on the run, throwing to the sideline, and that is complete. And out of bounds at the 44-yard line of the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, come back here from Tim Patrick. Drew Lock does a good job. He does get looks like he get his feet in. His first foot was down. That's after the first foot was down. It should be a completed pass.
Javonte Williams to the 41. Carl Nassib with the stop. 2:15 to play here in the third quarter. Remember at the very beginning of the day, you and I said that this must feel like a playoff game to both these teams?
It's starting to get that way. We're trickling down here to the end of the third quarter, and the urgency has got to be heightening for both of these squads.
Second and 7. Williams, nowhere to go.
It's a big third down for the Denver Broncos. They're on the plus side of the 50. Trying to get some momentum back after the Raiders stole it. That long drive, touchdown drive after halftime. You get a turnover on the subsequent one. And now it's their shot, but third and long for Drew Lock and company.
Broncos trying to take advantage.
Looks like we're going to get single high here. This could be the matchup down here.
Running out of time on the play clock. They get the snap off in time. Lock throwing this side of the field, and that pass is complete to Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, short by about 2 yards. Referees having a discussion whether or not momentum took him back or he went back himself. He went back himself. Bring it on the kicking unit.
Vic Fangio says this is what we're going to do. He's going to line up a field goal. It looks to be about 55 yards. He's been good from 49. He's also been good from 55. Missed it. Pulled it left.
He pulled it left, and Nate Peterman goes and grabs his helmet.
Derek Carr made the quickest trip to a medical facility in history.
I led you astray.
Back on the field.
I led you astray, Greg. I saw Nate Peterman grab his helmet.
And I trusted you, TP.
He does have his helmet on, though.
Yeah, he does. 13 seconds to play here in the third. It is Carr with the Raiders at their own 45. Jacobs for about 3.
And the philosophy, control the line of scrimmage, you control the game.
We come to the end of the third quarter. What a game this has been so far. We'll go to the fourth. It's a 1-point lead for the Las Vegas Raiders, 14-13. This is the NFL on CBS. As we begin the fourth quarter, Tiki, you look at that, and what does that tell you?
That tells you that they got beat up by the Kansas City Chiefs, the Cincinnati Bengals, and then the Chiefs again. They got to change that trend if they want to win this game.
Pass to the outside. Zay Jones is complete. Meanwhile, on that last drive, this is what happened to Derek Carr after.
No, this is before the sack.
Now
he kept hurting it, looking at his shoulder. Then he gets thrown down. Eventually, he went into the tent. And they
came out of the tent and went right back onto the field.
That's right. He's a warrior, man. He's tough. In this type of game, what did we say before, Greg? Even if you're banged up, you're going to go play, right?
Yeah. 3rd and 1. Jacobs. Might have been pulled up short of the first down at the 45.
Side judge are coming in short. If I'm Rich Bisaccia, I'm probably punting this away. The Denver Broncos haven't done much offensively, but he's keeping his offense out on the field.
Here we go. Jacobs and Sutton Smith in the backfield. He's going to keep it himself, nudging forward, and looks like he got it barely.
Yeah, side judge coming in. Their right foot, their upfield foot is the one where they put the ball down at. Both of them are across the 45-yard line. 44.5. That is a first down as they wave the chains forward.
A little bit of a disagreement at the line of scrimmage, as is the norm.
Derek Carr grabs his left knee. So now he's got a left arm of some sort, left knee. Needs some Epsom salts.
But a new set of downs. Play fake to Jacob. Carr on the move and is going to run it out of bounds.
Knee's not hurting that bad.
Let's go down to AJ.
Greg, in speaking with Rich Bisaccia the other day, he told us whenever there's a possibility for Derek Carr being up, he is their guy. So, yeah, he spent a little time in the medical tent after that fumble, but like Tiki mentioned, he is tough. He came right back out, high-fived some guys on the sideline before going out on this drive. Also of note, though, Broncos corner Ronald Darby is being evaluated for a concussion. His return is questionable.
All right, AJ, thank you.
Move! We're good, we're good!
Ronald Darby is back out on the field at right corner now.
On 2nd and 5, this is Jacobs, and Jacobs hauled down. About 3 yards shy of a first down. Josh Jacobs, 22 carries for 94 yards. We told you earlier he's yet to have a 100-yard rushing game this season.
And it's just working out in this specific defensive scheme that the run lanes are there. Again, the Denver Broncos, they respect what Derek Carr can do with his arm, primarily because of what happened in Week 6 where he threw for 340 yards.
Let's see what Carr has in mind here on 3rd and 2. They're going to run it. This is Richard for a first down. Inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Smart play call by Greg Olsen. You put in your 3rd down back, Jalen Richard. Even though you put Derek Carr into center, you're running. He gets a cut back. Alex Leatherwood clearing the lane. Great job up front. Richard picks up the first down, and Josh Jacobs comes back in.
.11:20, and the clock is moving. Jacobs back into the backfield. Carr on the move, throws. That's complete to the near side, and that's Foster Moreau. A reminder for you, football's iconic show Inside the NFL, streaming Tuesdays at 9:30 on Paramount+. 2nd and 7. You know, it's an interesting game also, Tiki, in that these teams have not really gone the deep shot route.
You're right. Tyron Johnson, number 17, had a shot that one, but Derek Carr decided to check that one down instead. It's like he'd been waiting all day for his shot.
Jacobs cuts it back inside to the 20. That'll be another Raider first down. Baron Browning making the stop.
This was such a good job by all involved in this particular run. Josh Jacobs cuts back, but you watch Zay Jones out here on the corner, cleans up the corner, which gives Josh Jacobs a chance to stick his foot in the ground and go north and south, picking up some extra yards, getting into the red zone.
Set up his block very nicely, didn't he?
Very nicely.
Rushing average 85.5 yards on the season for the Raiders, 132 on the ground today. From the 20, this is Peyton Barber, and Barber for 6 or 7 inside the 15-yard line.
They are just leaning on and wearing on this Denver Broncos defensive front. As you see a wholesale substitution coming in now for Denver. Josh Jacobs. Obviously, that was Peyton Barber on that last carry, but Josh Jacobs' first game this year over 100 yards.
Up to 104.
And
his first since mid-November of last season against Denver.
That's right. They're in the red zone, Greg. They've been good so far today.
2nd and 4. Barber. Not much doing there. We talked about this last night, and we referenced it a little bit. That whole front three of the Denver Broncos, Draymond Jones and Mike Purcell and Shelby Harris, were kind of questionable all week long, but game time comes around. I guess the more important the game becomes, the healthier you become.
Yeah, you almost have to play, but at some point, those injuries, they're nagging. They start to wear on you. Your body gets fatigued quicker.
Big 3rd and 4. Carr with time. Brought it down, and now he's going to go down at the 25-yard line. Stephen Weatherly combining with Shelby Harris.
Big stop for the Denver Broncos to prevent another first down, a potential touchdown for the Las Vegas Raiders. I said that twice already. The Las Vegas Raiders. Derek Carr was smart not to let that one go. He almost did. You see him. He wanted to throw a jump pass.
Daniel Carlson, 32 straight field goals in a row at home. Longest active streak in the NFL. This one from 41 yards. It's perfect. Doesn't get any straighter than that. 7:35 to play in regulation. .35 to play here in the 4th quarter. Raiders 17-13. And this one will not be brought out. Talk about some of the stuff that happened today, and there was a lot going on. Tiki, let's begin with Joe Burrow, who threw for more than 500 yards, and the Ravens tremendously shorthanded.
They were, but the Bengals clinched first place. The Bills outlast the New England Patriots, and Tom Brady, he was special today. They crushed the Carolina Panthers.
And then the Rams.
Yeah, man.
Clinch a playoff berth as they beat the stubborn Minnesota Vikings.
Odell Beckham Jr. had another touchdown. It's his 4th or 5th one.
This is Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon going nowhere. Yannick Ngakoue. So the AFC playoff picture, Kansas City putting a whooping on the Pittsburgh Steelers, means that neither of these teams, Las Vegas or Denver, will be eliminated by losing here today. But it sure doesn't help matters.
That's correct. It's correct. This does feel like a playoff game. Both these teams 7-7. Whoever loses is on the wrong side of 500. Is going to have some hills to climb. They'll also need a lot of help.
Now, winning away from home for the Broncos against these Raiders is no sure thing. That pass is complete to Noah Fant. Fant is brought down short of the 30-yard line. Denver, last one at the Raiders' home site in October of 2015. They'd lost 5 in a row on the road against the Raiders. Here's a 3rd and 7.
I mean, it's clearly an energy thing. The old black hole was vicious, as we all remember. This new Allegiant Stadium here in Las Vegas is loud. See the Raiders fans in black, they're cheering, waving their towels. Broncos fans are just kind of sitting, hoping something happens.
Locke under pressure, breaks free, gonna tuck it and run, and tripped up from behind. Keyshawn Nixon.
This is an unbelievable job by Keyshawn Nixon. Drew Lock had a chance to get the first down here. Nixon is coming on a dog here, a blitz here. He chases down Drew Lock, who all he's got to do is put his foot in the ground and go forward and gets the first down, but Nixon tracks him down, holds him short.
And on 4th and 2, Vic Fangio still has his offense on the field.
There's 5.5 minutes left in this game. He's going to call the timeout here, but the Broncos offense has had no momentum in this second half. They really haven't done anything. It's not a bad call by Fangio, just trying to spark something.
I was about to ask you if you like this decision.
I do, because they haven't done anything. And they've relied on the Raiders turning the football over to give themselves good field position. The run game has been stagnant. Javonte Williams, who we lauded coming into this game, has got 12 yards on 7 carries. Melvin Gordon, -4 yards on 7 carries as well. Credit belongs to the Raiders D.
Fourth and 2. Locke looking, throwing, got his man. Out to midfield. Cortland Sutton for the first down. This Las Vegas team on 4th down defensively, the 3rd worst in the NFL.
Yeah, Cortland Sutton is out here. He's just going to run a crossing route, a deep crosser just over the head of Divine Diablo, the rookie from Virginia Tech, who got the start. Perfect throw by Drew Lock to quiet down this raucous crowd here
for
in
the
Las
moment.
Vegas.
For the moment.
For the moment, yes.
The ball at midfield. Locke looking right, throwing right, incomplete. Missed Tim Patrick at the sideline. It'll be 2nd and 10. 4:41 to play. Here's the situation. Denver with 2 timeouts remaining. The Raiders with all 3 of theirs.
Yeah, you hope that if you're a Raiders fan, that their defense holds up. Don't put them in a cardiac situation like they had last week against the Cleveland Browns. Derek Carr let them down the field, and they kicked the game-winning field goal. But you'd like to see the defense get a stop here. If you're the Broncos, no mistakes by Drew Lock. Just be smart with the football. Let things happen.
Locke standing in. Now throwing, it is incomplete. Albert Okwuegbunam almost had it. Almost.
He did. But Desmond Trufant gets his hand in here just the right last minute. Didn't really distract the ball, but he disrupted the catch of Alberto.
There you go.
Okwuegbunam. Sometimes I say it, sometimes it gets stuck in my tongue.
3rd and 10. Locke under pressure, and he goes down.
Quentin Jefferson. Huge play.
Clock continues to run. 4:15.
Quentin Jefferson just beats, runs around Quinn Maynards, who is a rookie. Grabs hold of Drew Lock and tosses him to the ground.
Hunter Renfrow, fair catch called for. Renfrow makes the catch at his own 11-yard line. 3 minutes 54 seconds to play in a rowdy Allegiant Stadium. 17-13 Raiders. From the 11, Josh Jacobs.
We talked about ball security earlier for this Las Vegas Raiders squad. This is the 4-minute drill. Starting at under 4 minutes, just want to get first downs. Going to pound the ball. They've started to establish their dominance in the run game starting the beginning of the second half. They've done it for most of this half so far. This is where it's critically important.
Denver has 2 timeouts remaining. When does Vic Fangio start thinking about stopping the clock?
I think after the next first down. If the Raiders get a first down, that's when you got to start dialing up, bringing some more pressure.
Jacobs again. Good cut by Jacobs. He's got a first down across the 25-yard line. And Fangio immediately calls timeout.
Yeah, after the next first down, you got to. Now you got to rely on your D to make some things happen. Josh Jacobs does a great job of sticking his foot in the ground, making Baron Browning miss in the hole. You see it here. He just dips out and then comes back inside. Browning has no chance. Josh Jacobs runs through the arm tackle, picks up a huge first down in this 4-minute drill as we were just talking about.
Josh Jacobs, the 3rd-year running back out of Alabama. His first 100-yard rushing game of this season. The Raiders with 155 rushing yards on the day. That's a season high.
Hey, G. Come. We're good. 187.
Jacobs again. And that big offensive line of the Las Vegas Raiders moving the pile, and Fangio uses his 3rd and final timeout. 2:57 on the clock. Next Sunday, we move to week 17 of the NFL on CBS, and the day's slate highlighted by several games, playoff ramifications, including a huge matchup in Cincinnati between the Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. As always, get you set for all of the action with our guys in the NFL today at noon Eastern time next Sunday. The NFL is on CBS.
Get all the big guys up front, getting in there tight.
56, yeah.
They know what's coming.
187.
Josh Jacobs is coming. And look at that.
Sneaky.
It's going to be marked down at about the 36-yard line. Jacobs with 129 yards today. That matches his career high. 129 yards on the ground. And he's probably going to get a couple more here.
It's 3rd down and just about 2 here.
Yeah, he's going to get a breather. He's going to get a breather here on the sideline, and Jalen Richard replaces him on the field.
Now they're not afraid to run the ball with Jalen Richard. We saw this earlier on 3rd and short as well.
Larry, all the way out, Larry.
He's a faster, quicker back, so he can hit those holes, get that cutback. You know they're running the football.
On 3rd and 2, Carr going to throw it, lofting it, wide open. He's got his man. That is Moreau. First down.
They're not running the football. They're running a downfield throw to Foster Moreau. Great play call by Greg Olsen.
2 minutes to play at Allegiant Stadium. The happy Raider fans can feel a win coming. On first down, the Broncos cannot stop the clock. What a call by offensive coordinator Greg Olsen.
Yeah, they've been setting this up all day. We talked the entirety of this game about how Derek Carr is looking to take a shot downfield. You get Hunter Renfrow in motion. You think you're going play side power. Instead, Foster Moreau sneaks behind the secondary. They were telling him the last 3 or 4 drives, come down in the box, safety, get down in the box. They finally did, and when it mattered, Derek Carr, perfect throw. Foster Moreau catches it cleanly with his hands. Game over for the Raiders.
And you said they've been waiting to run that one all day.
All day long. just waiting for their opportunity. Greg Olsen deserves a lot of credit for this second half game plan. Limited the mistakes. You know, there was the sack fumble on Derek Carr. Limited the mistakes. Did just enough to eke out this win against the Denver Broncos. We always talk about those halftime adjustments, Greg, right? What's the team going to do? Get in the locker room, see what they're trying to do to you. They realize that we just need to get behind our old line and start running the football. And Josh Jacobs had a heck of a day. 129 yards, most of those coming in the second half.
Eight and 7. That's the record for the Las Vegas Raiders. The Broncos fall to 7 and 8 in a hard-fought game here at Allegiant Stadium. Raiders overcame turnovers and made it a come-from-behind win.